One of Governor Lee's top cabinet members resigned this month amid allegations of sexual harassment. But now we're learning more about the sweetheart deal he got from the state.
News Channel 5 Investigates discovered even though he was paid $160,000 a year, taxpayers also provided him a free place to stay. And as investigative reporter Jennifer Krause found, he was also allowed to keep another high-paying job on the side.
Tennessee, Hodgen Mainda here, Commissioner for the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance.
As Tennessee's Commissioner of Commerce and Insurance, Hodgen Mainda ran one of the state's largest departments. It oversees insurance companies and how they operate in Tennessee. It trains and licenses law enforcement officers across the state and regulates more than 24 professional occupations, everything from realtors to architects, car dealers, and cosmetologists. Plus, the commissioner also serves as state fire marshal.
It is my honor to serve in Governor Lee's administration.
All of that, and Mainda still found time to hold a second, also high-paying job. News Channel 5 Investigates discovered that the same day Mainda started as Commerce and Insurance Commissioner, he signed a contract with his previous employer, the Electric Power Board of Chattanooga, to do government relation and communications services for the utility. According to the contract, he was to be paid $8,300 a month.
It just kind of smells, it just kind of stinks.
Mark Cunningham is with the Beacon Center of Tennessee, a Nashville-based conservative think tank.
Everything that was done was legal, but there's a difference between what is legal and what's appropriate in a position like that.
Mainda turned down our request for an interview, but through his attorney maintained the Lee administration was fully informed about this consulting work beforehand and confirmed it was appropriate. The governor's office refused to confirm this, but we found Mainda did not initially disclose it as required by Tennessee law on his first state disclosure form. He filled out this form 2 weeks after he signed that contract with EPB, yet where it asked if he currently held any job other than his job with the state, Mainda checked no.
It's just hard to believe he would have forgotten 13 days after starting somewhere that he had that job. That seems like something that you would expect to remember. And
Cunningham says this raises all sorts of red flags.
Because the entire point of these disclosure forms is to honestly give the public and the administration a great idea of what's going on. And if you're lying or you're being dishonest on those disclosure reports, how can we possibly know what's happening?
Mainda, again through his attorney, refused to say why he did not originally disclose the EPB job. But when he filled out his 2020 disclosure form in March of this year, he did include the EPB job, but claimed he just started it in January. That's when he signed a new contract with the Chattanooga utility, but the job description was the same. The only difference was the pay, now $5,000 a month.
That's the kind of thing that makes people distrustful of government, I think, in some ways.
And then there's this. We discovered that on top of making more than $161,000 a year as commissioner, Mainda also got free housing from the Department of Correction, a perk we learned no other commissioner has received. The TDOC confirms Mainda moved into a state-owned house next to the old state prison in West Nashville the day he started as Commerce and Insurance Commissioner. He lived here rent-free in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. He also did not have to pay utilities. The Department of Correction would not let us in, nor would they confirm who else lives in this cluster of homes, but we're told it's typically top-level correction employees like the commissioner, his deputy, and wardens. A spokesperson told me Correction Commissioner Tony Parker invited Mainda to live out here when he learned that Mainda was going to be moving to Nashville from Chattanooga. State policy does allow this sort of arrangement, but it is highly unusual. I'm told Parker has never made this same sort of offer to any other commissioner, let alone anyone else outside the Correction Department. The spokesman said Mainda was invited to live here on a temporary basis until he could find a permanent residence in Nashville. Yet 13 months later, as he announced his resignation, he was still living here.
The most important thing you can do is to stay at home.
Mark Cunningham called this all a very strange situation.
As a taxpayer, it's just a little concerning. And I don't think that no matter what side of the aisle you're on, you would think that that's necessarily a good look.
Under state policy, the Department of Correction could have charged a little more than $1,000 a month in rent and utilities for that house. But because Mainda was deemed an essential worker, he paid nothing. Governor Lee named Mainda's replacement last week by promoting Deputy Commissioner Carter Lawrence. I'm told Lawrence does not have a second job on the side and does not have any plans to live at the old state prison. Jennifer Krause, News Channel 5 Investigates.